Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Keto Granny. I hope that you're having a wonderful today. Today is Saturday. It is Saturday, August the 1st. And normally I would be doing something like the wall and everything, but everyone already knows what I weighed this month. I had a good month. I'm down to 196.8 pounds. I have had a great journey. I reached my goal last month, the month of June, 199 pounds, as you can see on the board. I did go ahead and leave up the numbers because I do want to get down at least to 165 or somewhere around in there before I probably stop my journey to get to a decent weight that I feel like I should be at. So I do have numbers still up on my board here behind me, but I did reach my goal weight June, 199 pounds. So it has been a great journey as far as learning about the GLP-1, how it was going to affect me, if I was going to be able to lose weight on it, going to be able to take the medication. And I'm glad that I did start the medication. I did have some trouble starting the medication because I was more afraid, I believe, than anything else, especially at my age of 70. A lot of different things that you see on YouTube and different places when they're talking about different medications, sometimes they're referring a lot to the younger people when it comes to things like the peptides and different things like that. So when they started talking about seniors and showing seniors who had used these medications and had had such good luck, I thought, well, maybe this time I will go ahead and try this just to see how it works with me. I've been on a weight loss journey for so long that it became official in 2018. I went on a weight loss journey and I started using keto, intermittent fasting, walking, and just strength training, exercise, then also weight training. And I got down to 211 pounds was the lowest that I was able to get down to during that time. During COVID, I went back up to 240, around in there, 244, 250 pounds. And I kind of rolled the scale in between 250 and 236. 236 seemed to be my set point. So that is where I kind of hung around at. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you in. My name is Linda. They call me Keto Granny. I am 71 years old, and I started this part of my journey, which is my GLP-1 journey, at the weight of 244 pounds. Today, I weigh 196.8 pounds. I've already lost over 100 pounds, like I said, using keto, intermittent fasting. But these last, what's been 9 months, have been a whole new chapter since I have added in a GLP-1. I started on October 29th of 2025, and I have been on a GLP-1 Tirzepatide ever since. Now, I have been taking Tirzepatide 2.5 milligrams, and it has been working great for me. And also, I have also microdosed the 2.5 milligrams. That also worked for me. I did these things because I wanted to make sure I'm getting the most from the medication that I am taking. I don't want to go up if I don't have to. If I'm still getting good results on a small amount or a microdosed amount, then that is what I am wanting and willing to do. If I don't have to take as much of the medication, or if I can go up that medication ladder slower so that I have more options available if I start stalling in different things, this is how I want to use the medication on my weight loss journey. Using Tirzepatide or the Zepbound or the compounded, because I've tried all of them, has been a learning experience. I can't say if which one I've had the most suppression on, but I do know that whenever I inject, I get the most suppression when I inject in my abdomen area. I have injected in all areas, in my arm, in my thigh, and in my abdomen. I didn't start this journey to be skinny. I started because I wanted to live. I wanted to move better. I wanted to be better. I wanted to feel better. And I wanted to stay active, especially in my 70s. I want to stay active. I want to enjoy my life without feeling trapped in my own body. You know, at this age, a lot of us, we have difficulty getting around. We have difficulty moving. We have difficulty taking care of ourselves, getting out in and out of the bathtub, or bending down to pick up things, getting dressed, packing our groceries, and sometimes even cooking and taking care of ourselves. So I try to practice my activities of daily living in the exercises that I do. I try to do my strength training because that helps me with lifting and packing my groceries and different things. It helps me with being able to move like I am supposed to. So I want to enjoy my life without feeling trapped in my own body. And I wanted to show people my age that it is never too late to change your life. That's what a lot of us think when we start getting older, that it's just too late to change our lives. But I want you to know that that is not true. I have been eating keto and low carb for a very, very long time. Well, especially since I started back in 2018. Now, I'm not saying I've had a perfect keto low carb journey. No, I haven't. I have fell off of that journey so many times. But I always get up and I start again. And I believe that is the key, just being consistent. Even if you fall off or you don't do something right, just start again and correct what you did. You know, all you can do is correct it and just keep going. My appetite is what was fighting me. The appetite is what I was having a lot of problems with. As you can see, I have a protein shake here, and this is a strawberry protein shake with 35 grams of protein. It has 22 vitamins and minerals in it, and 1 gram of sugar. Let's see, the total carbohydrates is 3 grams, with 2 grams of that being dietary fiber. So that just leaves me 1 gram. And let's see, sodium is only 270 milligrams. And the calories on here is 200 calories for this. So I'm going to have this before I go to bed. This is like my last meal of the day. I had a good meal today. I had some salmon with some delicious cauliflower rice that I got up and I cooked early this morning. I made my dinner because it's been getting so hot here. Also today I wanted to get out and soak up a lot of that vitamin D. So we got out and we went for a ride around several lakes. We stopped and, sat and enjoyed ourselves. We went and picked up one of our friends to go with us also. And then we just rode around and, just really enjoyed ourselves and enjoyed the sunshine today. We sat, talked and laughed and just really had a good time. We watched people feed the birds. Normally I take bread, but I left my bread at home today as far as feeding the birds. So we may go back out tomorrow if it's supposed to be another nice day. And we'll feed the birds when we go out tomorrow. Sometimes I talk so much that my mouth gets dry. And then I have dry mouth also as a side effect of my medication. Keto and intermittent fasting. I keep my carbs low. I keep my meals simple, usually I'd say I have a protein serving, which is my meat serving, and then I'll have a vegetable. And the vegetable is to help with my fiber. Now, sometimes I will mix several vegetables together. I have 2 servings of vegetables. Who knows? Sometimes if I have several proteins in the refrigerator, I may have several different types of protein, just depending on what I am needing in my diet for that day. Now, when I do eat, I always eat my protein first because I try to make protein a priority for every meal that I do have. As you see, my last meal for today is going to be a protein shake, and I've already had a peanut butter sandwich. And I say that because I had some peanut butter, tablespoon of peanut butter, maybe a little bit more, and I had it on a piece of solar protein bread. So I like to eat little things like that. If I want something in between a meal, I'll grab something like that and have it, or either some yogurt. I have some Oikos blueberry yogurt in the refrigerator right now, and then I have some walnuts. Then I've been adding to that and a little bit of granola and a little bit of sugar-free chocolate syrup over the top if I want to. But you can come up with some really good high protein meals to have that are really very, very easy. And like I said, my salmon, I cooked several pieces of the salmon, and also I made extra for the cauliflower rice that I'll have that in the refrigerator if I want to eat some more of that tomorrow or the next day. And then if I cook something different tomorrow, I'll make a little bit extra of that so that I can have that also left over for a meal. Keeping your meals simple is going to help you to stay focused on your journey and to stay focused on yourself. Um, Also, with the GLP-1, what I use it for is for appetite suppression. Appetite suppression can help you make better meal choices. It can help you make better nutrition choices as far as what you want to eat for your protein. I know a lot of people, they use the protein powders, the protein bars, and different things like that. And I have used those things also. I try not to use them like to replace my food all the time, but they do come in handy and they do help me reach my protein goals. I try to stay in my eating window. If I say I'm going to eat from uh, about 9 o'clock in the morning, I want to stop eating by 7 o'clock. I try to stop eating at least 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed because I don't want to have a problem as far as heartburn or GERD or anything like that. And I have had heartburn at nighttime if I go in and I eat and then I go to bed, earlier than that 2 hour window. Sometimes I have had heartburn. I like to eat keto chili, and that's when I usually run into that problem. Um, if I eat my keto chili and I go to bed before a 2 hour window, sometimes I will have a little heartburn with that. So if you're eating spicy foods, remember that you can have that type of a side effect if you are taking a GLP-1. Keto still works for me, so I still do keto, and I use it in conjunction with a GLP-1. Like I said, the GLP-1 I use as an appetite suppressant. It works very, very well, and that's why I use such a low dose because um, I also take blood pressure medication, and taking the Tirzepatide 2.5 milligrams or the Zepbound 2.5 milligrams or the compounded, whichever one I am using, it controls my blood pressure very, very well. Um, if I would have remembered, I would have stuck some pictures in here to show you how my blood pressure is doing. Um, I could probably pull up. Let me see if I can pull up an image file just to show you my blood pressures. They have been just great. Um, I try to take my blood pressure every day. I try to take it in the morning after I wake up, and also in the evenings, I take my blood pressure. I take it before I go to bed. And I keep a record in a book because when I go to the doctor, I like to discuss how my blood pressure is doing. I like to talk about, how I am advancing, if I'm doing things right. And then sometimes my doctor has to adjust my blood pressure medications. So I do keep a record because I want to make sure that we are both on track with what we are doing. So it looks like I can't find any I don't see any pictures in here right now that is showing my blood pressure. So the next time I will, take pictures and put them in my live just to share with you how well my blood pressure is doing since I have been on this medication. When I first started this medication, my blood pressure easily ran something like 160 over 90 or 140 something over 93. It was kind of the average of it, or sometimes a little bit lower. But now my blood pressure runs anywhere from 100 to 110 over 70. Um, it runs low, and I love it because this is the first time that my blood pressure has ever been this controlled on any type of a medication, and that I have felt good, and I haven't felt the atrial fibrillation as much. I mean, this medication works. Keto works to help with these things also. So using these two in conjunction, I feel like it's helping me very, very well. Keto works for me. It helps keep my inflammation down also, and it keeps my energy up. The GLP-1 does the same. I find these two to be very similar in a lot of ways for the results that they will help you get if you're taking a GLP-1. And then if you are using keto or intermittent fasting or low carb eating in conjunction with this medication, you can have some really, really great results. Now, you don't have to do the ketogenic diet or eat a certain way at all in order to have results on this medication. But in order to be healthy and nutritious, you need to find something that works for you. And when it works for you, you're probably going to want to stick with it, and then just find out what you can do to make that nutrition plan of yours better. And that's what I aim to do, is to make my nutrition plan better. I did put together an accountability program that I am going to be using to help people get on track, to lose weight, to stay on track, and also an accountability group where we help each other as far as focusing on what we need to do in order to reach our goals. We have a lot of discussion in there, a lot of tips and different things that we will be sharing, and then a lot of challenges and different things that we will be doing in order to reach our goals, and also to understand why certain things are going on with us and in our bodies. Tirzepatide is the second part of this journey for me. And I tell you, this has helped quiet my appetite so much for me. Now, Tirzepatide didn't do the work for me as far as losing the weight. I had to put in the work, but the medication has helped with suppressing my appetite. They have tools out there that can help us be able to lose weight now. And a lot of us are ashamed of using these tools, or we won't use these tools because we feel we're cheating, or we won't use these tools because of the shame that I guess that comes with it for some people. I am not ashamed of any of this. This is something that has helped me, and it is helping me to reach my goal. I have been on a weight loss journey and been overweight almost all of my life. So being able to have something now that helps to control my appetite, and because it's helping me to control my appetite, I'm able to make better decisions as far as what I am going to eat, better decisions as far as adding in exercise, better decisions as far as doing what I need to do in order to get healthier. As long as there is something available to help me that's not going to harm me, then I am going to use this. At first, I was not. I was scared to inject anything into my body. But once you get past that, if you can get past doing that inner injection, then I feel like you should be okay. But now they have oral supplements that you can also take, for weight loss. They also have sublingual type of not tablets, but strips that you can also use, and patches that you can also put on your scale, GLP-1 patches. I saw those. So there are so many different things available to help you reach your goal. Now, do not feel ashamed about having to use a GLP-1. Do not feel ashamed because it's just a tool. Just like a person is taking medication to control their blood pressure or to help with their thyroid or to help with their gout. This is the same way this medication is here for weight loss. So it's something available for you to use. And if you're having problems and you want to lose weight and you've tried everything, talk to your doctor about using a GLP-1, even if you are a senior. I was afraid to even address the subject at first, but when I addressed the subject, my doctor did welcome the subject and gave me some good information. Tirzepatide. This has helped quiet my appetite. It made the work easier for me as far as being able to make better decisions. And by doing that, I was able to learn the foods that worked best for my body. I still had to choose my foods, and I still had to drink my water. I still had to move my body. All of these things were left up to me to do. Now, I could have just probably sat and lost some weight, but then I would be what they call the skinny fat. I don't want to lose my muscle, especially not at this age. Sarcopenia is real, and that is not something that I want to deal with or have to deal with at this age. We already start losing muscle. I believe they said it's over the age of 30 or 40. We already start losing muscle in our bodies. So building muscle is a priority for me also as I am on this journey. Drinking my water, I drink anywhere from 80 to 100, a little over 100 fluid ounces of water daily. I try to drink at least 5 bottles of water in addition to the other liquids that I have through the day. I try to move my body with some type of exercise. If I don't get my 10,000 steps, I know I'm going to get close to that. And I'm also going to be moving my body with some strength training because I do lifting. I do a lot of walking and different stuff because I'm my husband's caregiver. So I take care of him. I take care of myself. I do all of the household chores. Sometimes I do all of the chores basically outside of the house that need to be done. But everything depends on me. So I have to basically take care of myself in order to be able to take care of my husband. So my health is a top priority also. Number 3, I exercise. I exercise as much as I can. At 70, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, but I am trying to stay strong. I am trying to build muscle. I am trying to maintain the muscle that I have. Now, I have lost some muscle because, like I said, I got on the scale the other day and it said that so far I've lost like 7.8 pounds of muscle since I have been on this journey. But I have lost close to 50 pounds. So, like I said, I knew I was going to lose some muscle. I'm a big girl, and we don't need all the muscle that we have when we first start out on this journey. You're going to lose some muscle. But along the way, work out so that you can build your muscle and not lose it and become sarcopenic or become weak. We don't want to do this because you can lose muscle and that can cause a lot of other issues with your health also. I use my walking pad. I have a walking pad available that I can use. I have my vibration plate. I have my weights, all type of different weights that I can use. Um, all of these things are here for me as far as movement. Remember, movement is medicine. So these are the 3 things that I mainly do since I have started my GLP-1 journey. I make sure that I do these things on the daily. I still practice my keto and intermittent fasting. Like I said, it's not something that you have to do, but it's what works best for me. Also, I've added in Tirzepatide. This has helped quiet my appetite, which helps me make better food choices, better nutrition choices. Last but not least, I've added in exercise. And not say added in, I've always been an avid exerciser since I have started on my weight loss journey. But I try to make sure that I'm getting exercise in a lot more. Anyhow, I hope that I have shared some tips with you as far as how I started my journey, what I am doing on my journey in order to make this work for me. I did leave out one. There were 4 points. Walking. Walking is so important. Like I said, I have my walking pad. If I can't get outside and walk, then I will walk inside on my walking pad. This has been my secret weapon. Even with when I first started with keto, weighing at 368 pounds, my secret weapon was walking. And I tell you, I walked all over Washington State. I mean, well, all over Seattle, Washington, and the surrounding areas. I would just go out and find one of the beautiful places and walk. I would get up and walk the neighborhood. And I'm watching Dash as she's up in Washington State, and she was out in Alki Beach. I got married on Alki Beach, me and my husband. There is an area that's over Alki Beach that overhangs the beach that you can see the beautiful view of Seattle. And it was there that we got married in the rose garden there. It was so beautiful. And I love to walk Alki Beach. When I saw her in Chaco, I believe is his name, walking, I said, they're at Alki Beach. And that just made me miss Seattle so much more. My children are all still there in Seattle, and we are looking at going back. We've been here in Oklahoma for almost 3 or 4 years now, but we are looking at going back. We came here really because the cost of living fit us as we became seniors as far as living in Seattle, but I miss it so much, and I still have my stuff there in storage. I've been paying on my storage unit all now for 3 or 4 years. I haven't been able to get everything here because we decided to go back some time ago, and we just haven't made it. Now with different issues and things that are going on, we're dealing with that before we, get to head back in that direction. But walking is great. Walking has been my secret weapon for a long time, for many years, since I have started on this weight loss journey. And it's something easy to do, just putting one foot in front of the other. Find yourself a really nice place to walk. Make sure that you have some water with you to drink and maybe some protection, the way things are out here nowadays. But walking, it will help you break a stall. And while you're walking, you can always clear your mind and, think of different things that is going to help you. You can clear your mind and just, use that time to think. Um, it also will help you be consistent if you add in walking every day, walking after your meals, walking in the morning when you first get up, walking at the end of the day. You don't need any fancy equipment. Like I said, just your feet and a little determination. Here's how the past 7 or 8 months have really looked for me. Month one, my appetite dropped. When I took the medication, my appetite dropped and the scale started moving fast, I'll say. I didn't have very much of an appetite, but I did know that I had to prioritize protein. So that is what I did. I started prioritizing protein. I started researching and learning about protein shakes, protein powders, protein bars, and different things that I could add in for protein, the most high protein foods to eat, and especially the ones that I liked. And I made a list of this so that I could have this available for me to look at and to use when I needed it. Month two, my energy started to come back. My clothes got looser. And also on month two, I noticed that my weight loss slowed down on month two. I didn't lose as much. My first month, I lost around 10 pounds. And the second month, I lost about 2 or 3 pounds. But I knew that my body was slowing down in order to catch up with that weight loss because it was so much for me then. Month three, I had a good weight loss on month three. I lost something like 9 pounds that month. Walking every day, exercising, strength training. making sure that I hit my nutrition goals. My protein goal of anywhere of 100 to 130 grams of protein was my goal. At first, when I started eating protein, it was very, very hard for me to get in a specific amount of protein. And I never thought I was going to be able to eat enough protein in order to reach my goal, but finally I did. Finally, I did, and I learned how to add protein into my meals to make sure I was hitting my goals on a daily basis. Month four, I started feeling stronger. I started um, um, being more toned. I noticed in my body from my exercise. I started adding in more strength training at this time because I noticed whenever I was strength training, it did slow down the weight loss, but I still felt like I wanted to exercise along the way because I wanted to see results along the way. I started seeing sagginess in my legs, which they call the Ozempic legs. I started seeing some sagginess in my face, more wrinkles. And I started looking at ways to combat these things. And I have incorporated different things that I do to my body, my beauty routine, my wellness routine, my exercise routine, which helps me with all of these things. Month 5 inches are gone, and I can tell that they're gone. I can see it. I can wear clothes that I haven't been able to wear, and my confidence is up. My confidence has come up, and I am feeling so good about myself. My sleep has improved, even though I do have sleep apnea. My sleep has improved, and I look more forward to each and every day of getting up and actually just learning something new about what's going on with my body and what to expect. Month 6, I was down around 203, somewhere around there, 207 pounds, feeling great, almost at 199. And then month 7, I had a stall. And then on month 7, I had a stall, but also on month 7, which would have been June, I hit my weight loss goal of 199 pounds. It has been a real journey. It hasn't been perfect. I have had cravings. It's been slow and steady, but steady does win the race. Slow and steady does win the race. It hasn't been perfect. I haven't been perfect. I've had cravings. I fell off. I've eaten things that I wasn't supposed to eat. I've had days that I didn't want to move and I didn't move, didn't exercise on those days. I've had emotional moments. I've had my ups, my downs. I've had my stalls, but I didn't quit. And if I fell off, I got back up and I started again because I had goals I wanted to reach. And I know that no journey is going to be perfect. No journey is going to be perfect. My journey is not going to be perfect. Your journey is not going to be perfect. So don't compare yourself to others as far as how much weight that they're losing monthly or how fast they get to their goals or the amount of weight that they lost in 5 or 6 months and then to the amount that you're losing. Don't compare yourself if you're a slow responder and start wondering why this medication is not working for you. Because even though you're not losing weight at a rapid amount, this medication can be working in so many other ways with your blood pressure, with your diabetes, with your GERD, so many different things with your arthritis, with your back pain that you used to feel, with your knee pain. This medication helps with so many things. I have to remind myself, Linda, you have come a long way. You have come too far to go back now. And that keeps me going. That keeps me going forward. So I hope that I have given you some good information as far as some of the things that have helped me along the way to stay focused, to stay on my journey, especially to be able to reach my goal of 199 pounds, which was something I thought that I would never be able to do again. But since I have reached that goal, I have decided that I do know that this medication works. I understand a lot more about how it works and how I can use it in conjunction with keto, intermittent fasting, walking, and exercise to get the best results for myself, and then also for others, for some of the clients that I do help. Anyhow, this is Keto Granny saying, adding in things such as a GLP-1 is going to make your journey a lot easier if you're struggling now. Talk to your doctor. They have the Medicare GLP-1 Bridge program. You may be eligible for that. But talk to your doctor about different things that can help you on your weight loss approach. Like I said, this was my 4-part formula as far as what has helped me, which was my keto and intermittent fasting for number 1. Number 2, adding in a GLP-1, which was Tirzepatide, been able to lose an additional 50 pounds. Number 3, exercise, strength training, walking, whatever type of exercise it is. Number 4 is the walking, but the strength training. But anyhow, you all, this is what has helped me to stay focused. This is what has helped me to be successful. And I just wanted to share it with you all. I see a lot of us out there have a lot of success on our weight loss journey, especially when we add in the GLP-1 and we really understand how it's supposed to work with our bodies. Anyhow, like I said, I hope I gave you some great information. Tomorrow is supposed to be another great day here, in which I hope that it is. I'm going to get out and enjoy it. And like I said, me and my husband just go out and really get some sunshine tomorrow. Anyhow, this is Keto Granny saying good night. I'm going to put on a song to take us out, and I'll talk to you tomorrow in the next video. All right.